you're on your own. It may be scary to buy your first rental property and get involved with being a landlord if you have no real support structure in place to support you. And it is so important to have a good support structure. So, do you guys remember the GOAT of motivational speakers? Jim Rohn? I'm probably dating myself by throwing out his name. He's been around for a long, long time. Passed away a while back, actually. That being said, he had something that he would always say, that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Wow. What a remarkable thing, right? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So who are you spending time with, right? So right now you're here, you're on this video, right, with me, Chatto. I've been a landlord for 25 years, so this may be a start, but this is just like what, virtual, right? We're not really friends in the real world. That being said, it's a good starting point, right? You're kind of hopefully getting some of the stuff that I'm putting down, some of my knowledge, which is great. But we also need to have a quick chat with Chatto about how you're going to be successful as a landlord, right? And if you want to be a successful landlord, it's extremely important that you hang out with successful landlords. And more importantly than that, maybe not just successful landlords, but successful landlords in your area. So that being said, it's great that you're sitting here watching these videos. It's great that you're hanging out with me, and it's great that you're learning. But what are you doing to build a network of other landlords that you can use to support yourself, that you can support them and they can support you? So I'm going to rewind, right, back to when I started 25 plus years ago, right? So I graduated from college, and who are all my friends? All my friends with people I went to college with. And they all got a degree, and they were all going out to get a W-2 job, and they were all going out to make money, and that's what their path was. And my path was similar. I went out, I got that good paying W-2 job, but I knew I wanted to be a landlord. I know I wanted cash flow. I know I wanted to build wealth. So that being said, I go out and buy my first 3-unit property. And all my friends, they're like, what, are you insane? Are you nuts? What are you doing? Why are you buying this? Why would you want that? Right? So nobody, not that they weren't supportive, but they didn't get it. They didn't understand. So there I am. I bought this 3-family house. I'm living there. I'm renting it out. Great. And I actually bought a couple others, but I never really built that support structure. So I was never able to kind of get rooted in the area and get rooted in being a landlord. So because of that, what ended up happening was I moved back home a couple hours away. I didn't plant those roots. And I ended up selling the properties. And I kind of regret it now. I see now with what I know now, yeah, that's no problem. I could have kept all those properties, but instead I sold them. So they're gone, and I moved back to the Pennsylvania area. And here I am, and I want to get involved in real estate. I still want to get involved in real estate. The bug is still there, right? So I went out and I bought a house to live in. Like, okay, cool. But that's not like really getting me started. I need to buy some investment properties. So long story short, I start going to a real estate, what's the word I'm looking for? Going to a real estate club, a real estate investment group. And I start going. And I'm going to these meetings, and I'm going to these meetings, and I end up meeting my first business partner. His name was Adam. So I get together with Adam, and we get together, and it seemed like a really good symbiotic relationship. At the time, I'm working full-time at a good-paying W-2 job, right? So I'm able to bring that to the table and good credit to be able to get loans. And he had time on his hands. He knew how to do contracting. He knew how to do work. And I'm like, okay, cool. We bought a property. He's spending time fixing it up. I'm helping with the money piece of it, and we're putting it together, and we're starting to buy properties. So I'm buying properties with Adam. I think at one point we had 5 properties together, something like that, give or take, right? But at the same time, right, I still wasn't 100% plugged in, because now I'm joining this Property Investors Association in Pennsylvania, and I'm over in New Jersey buying properties. So I'm like, that's cool, but I need to find people in Jersey. So at one of the real estate meetings for the Pennsylvania group, I go, and there's this guy comes in, and he's a landlord and investor. Like, I just kind of connected with his message and what he was saying. And he mentioned an event to kind of help better yourself and improve yourself. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a pretty interesting event. Let me go to that. So I jump in, I go to this event, and at this event, I actually met a guy by the name of Rick. And Rick is in the New Jersey market, and he's got rental properties in the Jersey market. So it's like, wow, cool. Like now I'm connected with somebody over in Jersey who's doing what I'm doing, right? Buying properties in the same area. I'm like, this is cool, right? So I met him, and we kind of started getting together on a regular basis. And then through him, I met a bunch of other local investors, like in my market, that are doing the same thing, right? So I'm building this network a little bit. So that was really cool. So then, of course, I got the bright idea, well, why am I in the Pennsylvania real estate group? I should be in the New Jersey real estate group. So I joined the New Jersey real estate group, and I started going there. And now I'm starting to meet landlords all over New Jersey. So I'm like, this is cool. So I'm starting to grow. I'm starting to figure things out. Then, about 10 years ago, maybe a little over 10 years ago at this point, closer to 15 years ago, I really got the bug. Like, I was just fed up with work. I was fed up with being a W-2 employee. I was fed up with just like everything associated with it. I still remember I go into my boss. It was my review. He's like, oh, you're doing such a great job. You're doing so wonderful, blah, blah, blah. And I can't give you a raise because you make too much money. I'm like, what? I make too much money? I'm like, get out of here. And that was like the seed. I'm like, I'm done, right? You're not going to tell me that. What am I working hard for if you're not going to, take care of me when a raise time comes? So, okay, cool. I quit. I didn't quit immediately, but I started figuring out, okay, how am I going to get out? And what I decided to do, I talked about this before, was start, leave my W-2, go into real estate investing full time, and I went into wholesaling. So wholesaling was like the next step, right? So wholesaling, right? I'm going out, I'm finding deals, but what do I need? I need people to sell the deals to, right? And I'm looking for deals in my market, right? So now I'm advertising deals for sale, and I'm meeting more and more and more people, right? And growing my network because I'm meeting all these other buyers. And the cool thing is, a lot of these buyers are buyers that don't go to these real estate investment clubs. Like, you need to meet them like in the real world. And like now I'm in the real world. I'm meeting these other people, right? So now I'm like growing my network, right? I'm growing the amount of people that I have to support me, right? So it's like all of a sudden I need a new guy to clear the drain, right? The guy that I'm using is just always backed up. He's never, no pun intended, he's always backed up. Always backed up. He's never available. He needs a couple of days to get to a property. I'm like, this isn't working. And I called up one of my friends that I met through the wholesaling. I said, hey, do you know of a good drain guy? He's like, oh yeah, call him. Awesome, thank you. Right? And now I got a new drain guy on my team because I was able to have that support structure in place. Another thing I did after I started wholesaling, I'm like realizing like, hey, in order to have buyers for these properties, like I need to meet more people. Let me start a meetup. So then I went out and I started a meetup. I had a meetup on a monthly basis for a couple of years, and we were getting pretty good traction. We were getting 25, 30 people every single month. And that was pretty cool. And I did that for a while. And then what I actually did was I transitioned that to running a subgroup for the real estate club over in New Jersey, right? So now it's like I got that, and I'm meeting all these different people. I'm doing all this different stuff, and it was phenomenal to grow my network. Now, it's not just like, hey, I need a drain guy, right? There's other things that come out of these conversations, right? Because you are, like Jim Rohn said, the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with, right? And now if I'm hanging out with landlords, right, and like especially like some of these buyers, and this one buyer, he's buying property. Want this property? Runs the numbers. I'll take it. You want this property? Runs the numbers. I'll take it. Like, dude, how are you buying all these properties? Where are you getting this money from? Right? Oh, well, I raise private money, and this is how it. Oh, okay. Well, how do I do that? Right? And I start learning. Right? And I'm able to up my game because I'm hanging out with people that are, where I want to be. Right? And I'm not. And that's the other thing. Like, it's not about like just going and picking somebody's brain, right? If you just go out and pick somebody's brain, you're not really going to get the support you need. There are a lot of people that reach out to me and pick my brain, and I talk to them a couple times, right? And they never end up taking any action. They never end up really doing anything. They think they're doing something because they're learning and they're talking to people, but they're not taking any action. Right? And I know for me, when I'm talking to somebody and they are taking action, I'm like, hey, this is probably what you need to do. Oh, cool. I just bought this. And now it's like it's more of a symbiotic relationship, and I'm finding out what they're doing, and they're finding out what I'm doing, and we're learning from each other. It's not just like a one-way street. Like, it's a relationship that you need to build with people, right? They need to know, like, hey, if they need something, they can call me up, and vice versa. So it's not like, okay, yeah, I do know a lot of people in the local market, a lot of people that are landlords, but it's not just about knowing a lot of people. It's about building relationships with the people, right? It's about getting to know them. It's about being friends with them, right? And growing this network of friends that are actually like doing what you're doing and where you want to be, and being able to just grow with them is phenomenal. So again, Jim Rohn had it 100% right. You are the sum of the 5 people that you hang out with. So who are the 5 people you're hanging out with, right? If they're all just guys that go and they work and they sit at home and watch TV the rest of the night, they might be a lot of fun. They might be really enjoyable. They might be great friends, but they're not going to help you get to the next level. So that being said, hopefully this video was of value to you. Hopefully this inspires you to go out and meet some landlords and find people that are actually doing what you want to do, whatever it is, whether it's landlording, whether it's parasailing, I don't know. But you find people that are doing what you want to do, they're going to help you get to where you want to be. So that being said, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like and subscribe, because that like helps with algorithm and blah, blah, blah. And making me think like maybe I need to get involved and learn about and meet more people that are doing YouTube stuff, right? So that I can kind of learn there, like get that into my network now. But that being said, hopefully this video is of value, and I appreciate you guys watching another episode of Chat with Chatto.